Hey everyone, Jeremy here. It's Friday night and we're going to create some art. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, this has been a pretty good week for me. I've been super busy taking care of projects. I haven't been doing as much art as I wanted to. I still have the goal of doing some sort of art project every day, and I guess if you count doodles on like a scratch piece of paper, I'm meeting my goal. But it's not really the kind of art that I want to create. So I really look forward to these live streams where I have no other excuse except to create art. These are great. So I'm just going to jump right into it. What are we working on tonight? Well, I've been getting some really good feedback on my pastel pictures, my pastel portraits. I've got a couple of them over here. I've got a couple of them on the wall, and people have been telling me those turned out really nice. So I wanted to try that again, see if I can kind of keep the process going and duplicate the process. And yeah, so I'm just going to do that. Hopefully you guys will hang out with me in the chat. I see Rome Dog's in here already. That's awesome. If anybody else comes in, we'll chat it up. I'm going to go ahead and switch to my paper. So as you can see, I just got the paper out here. I'm just going to get started, but feel free to chat with me while I'm working on this. Otherwise, I'm going to draw. It's going to be great. So this is going to be like another pastel portrait of a woman. And this one's going to be like a redhead, so I'm starting with like red, which I think will kind of be where her hair is going to be. But I don't know, like I'm trying to do like a little more dynamic shot on this one, like kind of a more dynamic pose, but we'll see how it goes. Right now I'm just kind of getting an idea where the hair might be. But I don't know. Mostly I'm just happy that it's Friday, right? It's awesome. Looking forward to the weekend. I don't have any major plans, but anytime the weekend's around, that's a good thing. Hey Rome, how's it going, man? How'd your week go? You looking forward to the weekend? So she's gonna have like hair kind of flowing all around her, um, and I think that's going to work out. I'm just gonna go ahead and put in like a kind of like a reddish like base tone for her as well, just because this is going to be a very red photo. That's kind of like the not photo drawing. That's the kind of base color for this. Hopefully it goes well. And I'm gonna leave this up here kind of like blank because she's gonna be casting light. So like there's gonna be kind of sun coming down. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. But you guys know how this is. I just put down stuff and then I kind of try to get a feel for where things are. Oh, really? Hmm. Let's see. Well, hopefully you're feeling fine. I mean, sometimes you just take a day. There's nothing wrong with that, but hopefully it's not because you're sick or anything. If so, I hope you feel better. Because it's starting to get into those months where everybody's going to be sick. I'm not looking forward to it. I do like fall though. Fall is fun. Yeah. Oh, speaking of top shelf stuff, I am drinking bourbon tonight, of course. Although this is not top shelf bourbon. I usually save those for like parties and stuff like that. Whenever I'm left to my own devices, I the most I spend is maybe like 20, 30 bucks for a bottle. I don't spend a ton of money on my bourbon. I get gifted bourbon often. That's where I usually get the good stuff, and it never really lasts because like whenever I get the good bourbon, I kind of drink that. I don't save it for like special occasions, which is really probably what I should do. So I think that's going to be basically the frame of the hair. So I am going to kind of come in here with this other color and try to figure out where her actual face might be. So I think her eyes are going to be around here. I think that's what I had in mind. As you can see, this is just a subtle, different shade. Oh, your car was overheating. That sucks. Do you know anything about fixing cars? I don't. It sucks. I hate having car problems because that's like I can change brakes and stuff. I can do like, basic maintenance, oil change, things like that. But if there's like an actual mechanical problem with it, I have to call somebody. That sucks. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm using just kind of like a slight variation from the hair on the actual skin. Um, because I think that'll kind of keep this picture all nice and cohesive. So the problem is her neck kind of disappears into her hair, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenging to figure out where face stops and hair starts. I usually go the opposite route. I usually start with like the face and then come back and do the hair to kind of frame it. I'm going with a different approach this time just to see how I like it. I feel like if I were painting, this is the approach I would take, kind of frame in the hair and then figure out where face is. Doesn't look like much yet, but we'll get there. You guys know how this goes. There's a bunch of layers. I think that's about where her face will be. And then I think her nose will be around here. And I think her mouth will be around here. Just kind of put that in. I think people are pretty busy tonight. Not a lot of watchers right now, but that's cool. I like it when it's just us, right? So we're just hanging out. Okay. You built robots. What? Oh, you're just pretty mechanical to begin with. That's what it sounds like. So I'm gonna put in some shade over on this side to kind of block in and kind of give definition to where I think her face is going to be. And as you can see, I'm just kind of scribbling and stuff because most of this stuff is going to be blended out and made soft anyway. And there's a bunch of different layers involved. That's about right. I might have messed up and got the right proportions the first time. Not have to move anything. That'd be a first. Kind of figuring out the basic shape of her face. So over here, this is kind of in shadow, and then the hair kind of wraps over it. You do any drawings lately, Rome? And try to lighten up where I think her nose might be. I guess I could do this. I'm gonna try this with an eraser actually. Try to lift some of that stuff out, see how it goes. Just kind of get a little bit of a smudge in there just so that I know basically where her nose might be. And like I said, the light's kind of coming down. So parts of her face, like this part here, this kind of hump, if I've used, yeah, I don't know what it is lately. Like, I've been, I've been having trouble with views lately too. I don't know if they made a change to the algorithm or whatever, but or like it's because kids are in school or something. I don't know. It seems like a lot of the people who watch my show kind of tend on the younger side. I mean, there's a lot of variety there. There's some older people as well, but I think kids are back in school and they're not watching YouTube, so I've I haven't been getting a ton of views lately either. But that's okay. I don't do it for the views. I do it for the practice. But yeah, like definitely on shorts. I remember months ago I used to get like a ton of views on shorts. I don't even know where they all came from, but that's dried up for some reason. Like as soon as I went over like 500 subscribers, I stopped getting a lot of shorts views. And I don't know if I screwed up my channel somewhere, like maybe I tinkered with some setting and it kind of dried that up, but I haven't been getting a lot. Yeah. The pirate I did on Tuesday I thought was kind of cool, but I never did get a chance to finish it, and I think that really needs some fixing up a little bit. It's a good start, but it's not really where like I didn't get a chance to put in all the details of the pirate or anything like that. Pirates are fun to draw. I like I like drawing things with like a lot of details, but man, they it sure does take a lot of time. You really have to set aside some time for that. Like I still think it'd be kind of cool to just spend like an entire week working on a picture, like 40 hours or whatever it is, and see what comes out of that. I do like working with pastels and building layers up. It kind of really softens the picture. All right, so as far as lip tone, I think I kind of had this one in mind. Hey Total, hey, how's it going? Oh man, I need to set you as an admin, don't I? I keep forgetting, or like a mod or whatever they're called. There's no, I mean, I start at the time that it starts, but I don't care when people show up. You don't have to apologize. Total part of a nutritious breakfast. That's kind of fun. So how's everybody's Friday night going? I think her. I have to take a moment and actually think here for a moment. I think her eye is going to be around there. I think that's good for now. I have to remember her head is kind of tilted slightly. That's probably a good place to start her eyes. I think her eyebrows are going to be up here. She's got she's got an expression. I don't know if I'm going to be able to capture this expression. Oh, baseball game, cool. Yeah, this is going to be a challenging expression. I think I need to move this line here over some and give some more space to her face. Which, thankfully, because pastels layer very easily, you can do that. I just kind of have to dip into some of the shadow over here. Might be a bit much on the angle. Cheek. Yeah, that might take a little work to get it exactly the way I want. So that should be lined up about like that. Just kind of come up. Need to darken that in. Bring that around. A small amount of space between those. Bring that up. This needs to come up much further. I think that's a better new line. Yeah, I like that. Do you play baseball a lot? That sounds like fun. I used to play baseball when I was a kid, or not baseball, but t-ball. I always wanted to play baseball, but yeah, I did play t-ball when I was a young kid. It was always my favorite game. Let's see, I think I'm happy with those eyes. Depending on how I direct them, I kind of want them looking at the person. This is going to be fun. The eyes might need to be wider apart. Have this coming here. I have this kind of coming up here. Down there. Sorry, just thinking things through here. We'll get it sorted out. I do think this needs to kind of move over a little bit, so I'll blur that out a little bit. Hey Larry, how's it going? Hopefully your Friday's going well. I keep burping up pizza. I had pizza again tonight. I need to stop doing that. No pizzas before live streams. These Rembrandt soft pastels, they're so easy to layer just because I mean, you put them down, they kind of just are really super opaque. They kind of cover up everything. And you can just keep layering and layering and layering until you get to what you're looking for. Just like little thin layers here and there. Just kind of blend them out as you put them in. Hey, Ben, how's it going? Jersey Mike's over pizza? Yeah, that's probably a good choice. You shouldn't have pizza twice during a week. That's just not good. Like, I'm actually suffering here. kind of darken this up because like the sun's going to come down and kind of like highlight her nose and the top of her mouth. So this needs to be a little bit dark through here. And once I'm happy with like where all of her facial features are, this will probably go a lot faster. But right now I'm struggling to figure out where everything goes. Little Caesars is great, man. Don't knock a Little Caesars. I love me some Little Caesars. I don't know if they're still like $5. I haven't bought them for a while, but I think with inflation they've gone up. But like around here, Little Caesars were like $5. You could just stop in, and they were always ready to go. Like you didn't have to wait for them or anything like that. You just pop in and they're done. I thought that was a brilliant marketing strategy on their part. Just make it super easy. Uh, you know, you just stop in and pick it up like you're picking up a burger or something. Let's see, the corner of the mouth is going to be about yay here. So I think the corner of the nose is going to be about there. And then on this side, the corner of the mouth kind of lines up with this. And here kind of gets a little bit darker. I know all this looks a little strange at the moment, but hopefully it'll come together. I love Jersey Mike's and cheesesteak. Idea of where just filling things out here. Tropiatis. I don't think we have that around here. Never heard of it. We have a place called Mancino's, and they make the best like grinders. Or it depends on where you're from. Like you call them subs, grinders, hoagies, whatever. I call them grinders. Um, but like they make the best. They make the best Reuben grinder. Like that. That's really good. Like you can get a Philly cheesesteak there. You can get like basically everything you could get anywhere else. But their Reubens are really good. I'm a huge fan of Reubens in general. I just like the sauerkraut and the corned beef and all of that. Let's see. Going. Yeah, I think I'm starting to get happier with these the basic general shape of her face here. I know it doesn't look like much yet, but there's always an ugly face. Sometimes the ugly phases take a little bit longer to work out. But there's like a lot of interesting shadows and stuff going on in this face. It's a little bit different than what I'm used to doing, which is like a highly lit face, I guess. Here we're kind of like backlit. So a lot of the face is cast in shadow. It's interesting to get the different skin tones when you're working that way, for me at least, because I'm not as used to doing a portrait from this angle, where like she's basically wearing a hoodie of hair, and everything's kind of lit behind her. I should do somebody wearing a hoodie actually, just to practice working on backlit people. But I think it's coming together. The more you apply the pastel, the more face starts showing up, at least in your mind, and then you just kind of like keep working it to develop it. It's like developing a photo, I guess. Hey, Mama Q, what day is it? It is Friday, I think, right? I'm not doing the stream on the wrong day, am I? No, of course it's Friday. The one day I know what day it is, it's going to be Friday. I enjoy me some Saturdays too, but Friday's the best because like I don't know. Sometimes you go into a Saturdays are great. You don't have to do anything. It's awesome. But then, you know, sometimes what was built up in your mind doesn't really pan out on the Saturday. So Saturdays can still suck. But Fridays are just possibilities. Nothing but possibility. All right, her eyes look weird, so let me start developing that a little bit. Now that I'm pretty happy with where her face is going to be, and just kind of get some whites of her eyes in there so it's not so creepy. I'm not too worried about the shape just yet of her eyes. Just want to kind of basically work out where the irises might be. So I actually think this one should come down a little bit. I think I put that eye too high. Yeah. Let me do a cosmetic change and actually move this eye here. I think it's cool that you can do things like this, like just literally just move an eye. That's all there is to it. Just move that eye. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. And then I think I want this one to kind of come up a little bit. So let me make some marks to kind of remind myself that it's kind of going down that way. Yeah, I like that better. All right, so that's cool. All right. It is Friday. All right, have a good one, Total. I appreciate you stopping in, man. I think I'm happy with this eye placement, and I will build the other off of it. I think it's going to be basically that. And then this one I wanted to kind of come down. So I want this one to kind of start on the same line and kind of come up and around. Kind of come back down. Let's see. Yeah. All right, cool. I was a little bit worried about the eye placements there. I'm starting to feel better about it because her head is kind of like cocked a little bit. There we go. All right, I can build from that. Get back to it. So you guys can't really see on camera, but there's a slight difference between these pastels. Like one's white, one's kind of like a yellowish. I'm using the yellowish to kind of like really emphasize that there's some lighting in through here. So like there basically you have the sun coming down and then things get reflected back up. Um, so it's like reflective lighting. So it's hard to say what it reflects off of, but like it reflects off of like I don't know, like her shirt. Maybe there's another totally another light source somewhere around, but usually people aren't lit by just one light source. Let's see, underneath her lip, it's going to be really lit up. '70s Halston vibes. What is that? Is that a band or something? I don't know what that is, but thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, this one's a little bit challenging. I'm not gonna lie. Like you can see that I'm not going through it as quickly as I do some of my other ones. It's just a different pose, and the whole backlit lit thing. It makes it really challenging for me to figure out like different skin tone changes. So I'm gonna make this work. It's just I'm not gonna just like make quick work of it like I usually do because this is outside of my usual comfort zone. But we'll make it work. I'm not afraid. I know you guys get a little scared for me, but I am not afraid. I can do this. We can do this. We'll do this together. So this is me just lifting up pastel from places that are like super highlighted. That way I don't have to do so much work with like say a white pastel or something. It's kind of blend that out. All right, so how do I do this? I think I could use this pencil. Sorry if I have to reach across the page here. I don't like to do that. Kind of want to work on the actual line of her nose and lips here. So I'm switching to pencil just so that I can kind of get a finer line in there. Works. Yeah, this is different, but I like it. You guys have any weekend plans? Like I asked earlier in the show, but some of you guys popped up later. There's another fall festival this weekend, and I really didn't get a chance to make it out to some of the other ones that I had planned to. Oh, I do have like some announcement. So like I went to the Festival of the Horse that I had talked about last week, and I got some cool video, and I am going to draw a picture of a horse, so you guys can expect that to come out soon. Like I think I might take some of the video from the parade that they had where they had like a bunch of different horses come through and add that to my video so it'll look kind of cool. But yeah, I had planned to do that earlier in the week, but you guys know how it goes. I didn't get a chance. It was a really busy week for me. I know I feel like I say that every week, but this week it's true. Usually I start with the eyes first and then move down to the mouth, but I kind of wanted to get this mouth going just so that I know that everything is in the right place. Yeah, kind of build that off of that. I think that's probably a good stopping point there. All right, cool. And then I kind of want to hint at nostrils here real quick. This picture is probably a little bit softer than some of my other ones as well. Or it's starting to shape up that way. But we'll see how it goes. All right, so there was kind of, wrong one. Get that going. Sounds like somebody's drag racing out there. Like you guys probably can't hear that. What? You get to leave the house for longer than an errand? That's good, Ben. So, Ben, when you gonna go get those flies, man? Did you say you? Well, uh, I'll probably ask you about it later. I thought you said that you're gonna have somebody pick them up, like you're not gonna get them yourself. Now I'm wondering who's your accomplice. For those of you guys who don't know, Ben, who comes in here sometimes, or he's doing a treasure hunt for some flies, fishing flies. It's kind of cool. Not just any fishing flies. These are fishing flies owned by Forest Fin, made by Forest Fin. In fact, they're actually kind of special. But he was doing a treasure hunt. Everybody in here already knows, but in case somebody happens to watch my video later in the future, um, he he's been doing a treasure hunt for about a year, and nobody's found him yet. And he always said that like if somebody doesn't find him by a specified time period, he'd go back and retrieve him himself. So it's getting to be that time. Definitely too far for me to go. Like I would definitely love to go out there and look for them, but it's in Colorado, and while I like to travel, I'm not going to travel that far just for some fishing flies. I don't even fish. I should take that up though. Like a lot of people have been talking to me about like, hey, you want to go fishing and stuff like that. I feel like I need to take that up. I I'm starting to see the appeal. Like when like I don't know, even like 5, 10 years ago, if you had asked me like, do I want to go fishing, I'd be like, I feel bad for the fish, like it was not my thing. Um, but I do feel like over time I've warmed up to it a bit. Like there's catch and release and stuff like that, so it's not like you have to murder a fish just to go fishing. But it's not really murder anyway if you like actually eat the fish. You have to eat something. I just I just feel bad for them. A trusted member of the community. See, that's just suspicious because I don't know if there are any trusted members of the community. That sounds made up, then. I'm just kidding. I know that this is wrapping up, but like, like seriously, it was a cool treasure hunt. Like the poem you wrote for it, all of that stuff. You should consider doing another one. Like, I don't know if you want to rehide these like next year or something like that, but if you don't, you should do like some other treasure hunt because like I feel like you've got the knack for it. Especially if nobody actually finds it. Like, well, they still have like 2 weeks to find it, but if nobody does, that's a success for your part. Well, I guess you couldn't do this exact same one next year because you said you were going to give out the solve and all of that stuff. So it's not like you can use the same thing. But you should definitely consider doing another treasure hunt. Do one in Kentucky. I'll go and find it. Or anywhere in the Appalachian Mountains, I'll travel. Oh, it's starting to get some facial shape here, so that's good. I was a little concerned there for a moment if like I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get all of the proportions right, but I'm pretty happy with this so far. So notice I'm not actually putting any details into the eyes this time. I'm more building up around it, and I try to do different things each time. Like I do kind of have like a base habit of how I draw pictures, but also I kind of want to practice different things. So like usually I try to like knock out the eyes first just to kind of have that as an anchor point. But here I'm trying to build up around the face a little bit more just because I'm less sure of where things are in this picture as I am with others. But that's fine, you know? Like as long as you get there, it doesn't matter how you get there. Yeah, there you go. All right, cool. Yeah, trusted member, that doesn't add up. Trusted member means like Ashley. Ashley's gonna go pick it up. That's what's gonna happen. Like, nice try there, Ben. We know who your trusted member is. Unless I don't know, like he gave the solve to Packer Jack. That's his Douglas Preston here. Um like Packer Jack actually knows the solve, so maybe Packer Jack's gonna be out there for some reason or whatever, and he's picking him up. That makes sense. Because then you don't have to tell anybody new. Let's see. Sorry, I lost the thought here a second. I want to make sure I get these eyes right. She removed the second video? How many videos were there? I didn't realize she had removed any videos. Was that recent? Like this line. Sorry, I really am not narrating like I should be. I just want to make sure I don't screw up these lines here. So give me one moment. All right, pretty happy with that. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I didn't realize she removed some videos. I I watch all of her videos, but I'm not subscribed to her videos, so I don't really pay that much attention. That's pretty much like a lot of the channels. Like I watch them every now and then. Like I do searches more than I do subscriptions. So I don't know when they come out, but I eventually get around to watching them. Unless like people are talking about something, then I'll go and watch that just so that I know what everybody's talking about. Like honestly, most of the stuff I watch these days is because people are talking about it. I don't, I don't like if people aren't talking about it, I won't watch it. I just want to know what everybody else is talking about so I can participate. I just want to hang out with you guys. That's all it is. I don't really care about most of the stuff in that treasure hunt. I just want to hang out with you guys and talk to you guys. So I keep up to date with it and everything like that. But as far as like, you know, what's going on at any given moment, it's tough for me. All right, I'm liking this eye. This eye is looking pretty decent, I think. Get some more shadows in here. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're only 45 minutes in. Cool. Plus it's Friday night. We're here to party, guys. All right, so I'm not sure how green I want her eyes to be, but I want them to be like greenish toned. I don't think that's gonna work. Do I have a green? Give me a moment. I'm gonna try to get this green in here. Yeah, we'll go with that. Kind of grayish, but it's fine. Put that off to the side for a moment. And then I did want some highlights in there. Yeah, I think that's a good start. All right, I'm gonna put all of these to the side. I don't want to lose these so that I remember what colors I did everything so that I can do the other eye. Hey, thanks. I really appreciate that. One of them do. This one, like I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that one yet. I'll be honest with you guys. I only do portraits because I enjoy drawing eyes. Like those are fun. Like unfortunately, you have to draw the rest of the face. Like I don't know, disembodied eyes are kind of weird. But I really mostly enjoy drawing the eyes. I like drawing the eyes because there's like so many different layers to them, levels and stuff like that. So that's a lot of fun for me. Drawing eyeballs. What color was I using? I think this. Little tufts. Eyelashes coming out the bottom. I feel like this could be a little bit thicker up here. And kind of a slightly darker line. So like I started this eye bag line with red, but coming back over it with kind of like this grayish color kind of gives it a little bit more depth. I should just not give her eyebrows. Firefly. I've seen some episodes. So like uh when it came out, I didn't watch it. So like I didn't get into it, but like at first, but then so many people talk so great about it that like I later started getting into it. I never finished watching all of them, so I feel like I need to go back and do that. You a Firefly fan, fire, fire, man. Drink bourbon and say Firefly, Firefly fan. That's tough. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Well, give it time because like I don't know how this is going to go from here. So um, a lot of people tell me these pictures look like certain people like early on and stuff, and then they kind of change up over time. So bear with me. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to start with this. On this side, I think I'm going to start with the actual iris. and then come back and outline it. So that's lined up good. All right, cool. I was so worried because like, man, going through this picture, I really struggled to like get everything in place, which is really the challenge. I felt like it would be a challenge if I did a painting as well, so I shouldn't beat myself up too bad over it. But yeah, a bit of a challenge on this picture. All right. So while eyes really capture everybody's attention, there's not a lot to it. You just basically have like a darker color that forms like the main iris, right? And then you come back over it with like a highlight color, and then the outline is because of the way the irises kind of dip out to like black essentially, or like dark. You kind of end up with this ring around it, but the ring changes depending on like the eyes. So like sometimes you get like a heavy ring around it, sometimes it's a light ring, so you have to pay attention to that. Um, and then like the eyelid on the top casts shadow over it. Hey Marble, how's it going? The eyelid on the top casts shadow over it, so you usually have like this darker area up at the top of it, and then so I keep moving my hand because like regardless of the reference picture, I have to make sure that the irises line up because if they don't, she looks like she has like a lazy eye or something like that, which isn't the intent. I mean, if somebody's got a lazy eye, go for it. Like that, I'm not saying that people with lazy eyes look bad or anything like that. I'm just saying that I'm not shooting for that here. So I have to keep looking back over just to make sure I get that right. Yeah, pretty happy with that. And then it's tough to do this eye over here because you have to reach across the page. And then while I usually use like a darker color through here, um, it's important to realize that like this area through here, unless it's um, like eyelashes and stuff, it's not really meant to be dark. Like through here, you'll see that I switched, as soon as I remember where I put it, I think that was this color. You'll see that I'll switch to this kind of, it's hard to see on camera, but it's a little bit more red. And that's because as you get to the corners of the eyes, it's really just like blood and stuff like that to kind of make those areas. So I usually try to do those in red. So it starts with the dark color up here and then it kind of goes into like a more reddish color. Make sure that things are still lined up. And then I don't know if she has like makeup on that kind of causes like this kind of reddish area below her eye. I don't know, like eyeliner or whatever that is. Um, but it looks kind of red. So I don't know if her eyes are just like naturally that way or if it's eyeliner, but I'll continue that reddish look around. And then her eye bag kind of comes around like this. Make sure it looks okay with the other side. And bring that around, down. It basically follows the contour of the eye itself. I think that looks fine. And then this area through here is kind of reddish. Awesome portrait there. Thanks. Oh, have a good one, Larry. I didn't realize you were leaving. I appreciate you stopping in. So nice to hang out with you guys. If you ever want to make friends to hang out with, just draw pictures. They'll show up and watch. All right, kind of need to blend that out. So it's a little bit riskier blending over these pastels than it is with the charcoal. Like I don't want to do it too hard because it does kind of lift up because there's really no tooth on this paper. Like this isn't the ideal paper for doing pastels. They make a paper that is kind of sanded, and this is not that. It's just something I use, um, mostly because I'm lazy. And plus, it costs like I think it's like at least $2 a piece for that sanded paper, which it's okay for a picture like this turning out well. But if it didn't turn out well, that's $2 wasted. You can get a hamburger for $2. Well, probably not. You can get half a hamburger for $2. Keep forgetting inflation and stuff. It's funny. I value a hamburger over my own pictures. We'll draw pictures for hamburgers. Who's that guy? Wimpy from Popeye? I'll gladly give you a drawing for a hamburger. The kids in the room are like, what the hell is he talking about? All right, so that seems pretty good. No, I don't want to do that. Use this color to kind of like pencil in some eyebrows just to get those started. This isn't very dark. Let me pick something else out. Do I have a brown one? Do not have a brown one here. Give me one moment to find a pencil. There we go. I'll use this one. I hate reaching across the page, but I got all my pencils up there. Sorry. Let me get an eyebrow started. She has very light eyebrows, so like I'm not going to go crazy on these. It's almost skin color, to be honest. Like the only reason you see the eyebrows really is because it's like slightly contrasted from the skin tone itself. That's a good start on that side. So this side, some of it's lost in the highlight of this ridge here. So I'm not going to go crazy there. She's got she's got this expression. I don't know what it's an expression of, but it's there. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take a swig of bourbon while I plan my next line of attack here. All right, so I feel like I could have got some more eyelashes in here. This part here, bring that down slightly. That's a good start. All right, I'm not gonna mess with that too much anymore. I'll come back to it later. Blend that out. I don't want her to look too old. All right, I'm gonna move on to her nose because her nose isn't. Her nose is just kind of like nothing right now. All right, so this is tough because most of her nose is like highlighted, and then it kind of comes out the shadows. I don't want to. I don't want to give her like a big gigantic nose or anything like that. I'm just basically using some pencils here to kind of like mold the nose, I guess. Rather than draw the nose, I'm trying to like kind of form it out of clay here. So like I instead of drawing a nose, right? So like most people, like I'll just draw it here in the hair. They might draw like a nose, right? Um, Instead, I'm not drawing the lines of the nose. I'm basically building up areas of the nose, and then that kind of draws it for me, if that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain, but like there's no lines here. It's more like shadows and shapes and things like that. It's kind of like you're working three-dimensionally rather than two-dimensionally with lines and stuff. There you go. Glad you pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. So I will gladly pay you a drawing on Tuesday for a hamburger today. Something like that. I don't know why anybody watches this show. I'm so lame. So like while you might have like a line here to represent the nose, instead I'm kind of like building out shadows away from it, and that kind of forms that line anyway, if that makes sense. And I will attempt to do the same on this side. And form this shadow area using these two pencils essentially. And then let's see what I was using this earlier. That a little bit dark and blend that out a little bit. We'll get a nose here. The further you build up in layers, the less blending out you have to do. So like I do that mostly just to kind of keep the picture soft. But then it's okay to have like some some rough areas. The more it's built up, like the top layer, it's okay to have like some really rough areas in there. Uh, texture areas. There we go. That's the way I should describe it. And then these lower layers, I like to keep it real soft. Um, so what are we doing all the time? I don't want to like lose track of time worrying about when like the nose when I still have like the mouth to do and the hair to do, you know? Like honestly, if I wasn't drawing this like on a live stream, I would not even care about the time, to be honest. I would just get lost in it. It's only because like you guys are watching, I like to be respectful of your guys' time. So I try to keep track. And I just wanted to mention, just because I kind of noticed I'm doing it here. The great thing about these pastel pencils is you can create colors just by kind of like going over various colors you already have with like a lighter one. So like this is like a little bit darker. I'm kind of creating some new color in here. It's kind of neat. So like rather than using a blending stump, I can come back over with these pencils and kind of build things up with like color essentially. Ah, man, keep burping up that pizza here. It's a rookie mistake. Don't eat pizza before a live stream. Pizza's so good though. Is there any better invention than pizza? Um, some more shadow. Oh, that's a little bit dark. I don't want that to be the shadow that I use. There you go. A little bit better. All right. Where's my white at? I kind of want to give this a little bit more definition. I got some nodes going. I should come right up to about here, and then this part kind of flows across into the bridge of her nose. Not the bridge of her nose, the base, whatever this part is. You can tell I don't know anatomy very well because I kind of make up terms like all the time. So it's hard to see on camera, but that's actually a decent nose. I'm liking it. It's a little bit soft and vague, I guess. Yeah, you can call it vague, but it's there. Just need to get these nostrils squared away. But it's a super soft nose. Like usually I draw a nose with a lot more definition, but I'm not doing that here. But I think that's fine. Get some redness in there so it's not all brown. And a little bit of this color here around the nostril. Sorry if I'm so quiet tonight. Just kind of thinking this through. Bring this up. And this should kind of come up to a point right up here. All right, cool. All right, so that's like a well-lit nose, right? So like almost where you can't even tell what's going on there. So I'm happy with that. I'm not going to tinker with that too much more. I am going to fix up some of this top bit here with some of these highlights around the eyes. And I want to bring that over here. Again, this is that, it probably looks white, but it's actually kind of a yellowish. And extend that up through here a little bit. Kind of soften that up. Kind of blend that out a little bit. And then on this side, kind of do the same. Oops. Covered up part of my line there. I'll have to come back and get that back in there. That's what happens when you cover things up you're not supposed to cover up. All right, so that looks cool to me, I think. And I'm going to move on to other areas a little bit. Which kind of has a little bit of shadow through here, through here. Blend that into her cheek. Soften up the shape here a little bit. All right, so I should probably do something with her mouth now. Her mouth is just, there's some more lighting through here and stuff like that, but I kind of want to focus on her mouth for a little bit, just to get that going properly. So I think her nose is going to come down here. I'm going to build up some shadow here. And also on the other side. Hey Gatlinburg, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. Hopefully you're having a nice Friday night. Just kind of low-key in here tonight. Just hanging out. Working with pastels and pastel pencils here. Trying to get better at drawing pastel portraits. So some of the feedback I've been getting was pretty positive. And I'm like, cool. I like it when people like what I'm drawing. So I decided, yeah, I'll just get better at that. So I'm just gonna kind of define the top of the lip up here a little bit. Get that whole Cupid's bow going. And I want to bring this down. And get a little bit of shadow down here for the bottom of the, maybe make the lips just slightly bigger. I think I made them a little bit too narrow. I'll work at 7:30. $7:30. Are you in Gatlinburg? Wait a minute. Yeah. Gatlinburg, Tennessee would be Central Time Zone. You've been off work for a while. With a highlight on the upper lip and define that shape. Like I said, this picture is a lot softer than some of my pastel pictures that I've worked on, which is ideal. I mean, that's what I'm going for. I want my pastel pictures to be not super soft, but like softer than maybe they have been in the past. You're trying to trick me, Tyler. I know you, Tyler. Nice try, buddy. All the emoji cons gave it away. We were talking about pizza tonight. I know you used to work there at Little Caesars. Yeah, nice try, Tyler. How many different screen names you've got now? I can recognize Tyler like a mile away. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out though. Like, I appreciate you trying to trick me, kind of keep me on my toes. All right, set all that to the side. I think I had a darker red through here. I'm gonna use that to kind of do this creased area. Like I think having her lip tone be kind of similar to her skin tone, I think looks really nice on this picture. Like I'm not saying that ladies should take makeup tips from me or anything. I'm just saying this is a good look. You guys should try this. You get all your makeup advice from an artist. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I will say, like, it probably does help for artists to like, you know, go through like beauty mags, things like that, just to get an idea of like what works and what doesn't. Or I guess really just have like a basic concept of like color theory. All right. I had a white pencil around here somewhere. Where did I put that? There we go. See if I can get a fine line going over here. Yeah. I want that to kind of be sharp. There's always a highlight on the top of the lip. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. And the great thing about that is you can kind of use that to define your lips a little bit better. So like you can make all this blobby, right? And then come back with white or whatever you're using for your highlight color and really set like a sharp line there. Yeah, that looks cool. All right, so she's got kind of like a little bit of a highlight right through here. All right. And okay, so I need to fix her chin here. Although I'm liking how this is looking. This is turning out way better than I thought. I was a little I'm not gonna lie, I was a little concerned at the beginning of this one because like it really took me a while to get her, basically her shape of her face and all the pieces in place and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, is this gonna be the one time I don't pull it off? Not the one time I do it. Actually, I mess it up a lot, but yeah, I'm kind of glad it came together. So I'm not gonna like do much with the side of her eyebrow here because that's going to be lost in hair. All right, cool. I haven't seen Who Cares in here tonight. I really think people have gotten kind of busy. Um, like it's just that time of the year that people are trying to get vacations in before it gets too cold. I mean, I have no idea about Who Cares, but I know that everybody I've been talking to has been busy. All right, I gotta get this mouth down here working, or not the mouth, the chin. Right now, it's just not right. I feel like I'm in a race. Like I got to get this picture done before my dogs get antsy. Like every live stream, I'm like, man, I got to get this done before the dogs start. getting all rolled up. So far, they seem pretty. I should have them nap during the or like when they go to take a nap during the daytime on the days that I do these live streams. I should like wake them up all the time so that they're tired by the time I get around to doing the live stream, and then they can just sleep through it. Right. So that's looking pretty good. There is kind of a ridge line through here. Let's see about that. Kind of comes across, and then kind of a little bit shadowed down from there. Hey, where are you working at nowadays, Tyler? You still working at that one place, the I think it was a food place? Seems like you're always changing up jobs, though. He was in here earlier, but he might have left. He gets busy on weekends. Lowe's Foods, yeah, that's where. Are you still working there? I thought that was a pretty cool job for you. I mean, if you are still working there, that's impressive. I know that like you kind of switched between jobs a lot. That up to bring this up into here. See how you create form just with like just a slightly different color, just a slightly lighter color. Bring it up through the cheek and stuff, and it just kind of creates three-dimensionality. It's kind of cool. Like impresses me every time, even though I'm the one doing it. And like same through here, just little bits of highlights. Down through there. Little shades of highlights. I like that. This is what they call value, right? Like you're creating value. I mean, not value as in like it's worth something. It's creating like shadows and highlights and stuff. Those are the values of the portrait. A little bit of reflected light on this side. Just gonna blend all that out. It's looking cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, when you said you got that job, I thought it was a good fit for you. So I'm glad you're still working there. Sounds like you're pretty stable then, which, is good. Let's see. Shoot through there. I mean, that looks like a face to me. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty happy with that. How are we doing on time? All right. So if I want to be consistent, keep it at around 2 hours, I need in the next half hour to put in some hair. Let me finish up this cheek over here, and I think that's probably good enough to move on to the hair, and then if there's like some time, I can come back and do some touch-ups here and there. Which would be great. Sorry, I got lost on some details here. which I think are important. So there's like always a highlight at the end of the eyes that whenever I put them in, it just kind of makes things look awesome. So these are things I usually say for the end though, like little touch-ups and stuff like that, but I feel like might as well throw them in now. So she does have some highlights that kind of come down through here, and then this kind of like forms her cheek and softens that and kind of makes that look. It's that whole reflected light bit that I tell you about. The reflected light is really what helps you kind of like fix your picture in the end. You just kind of add that stuff in, it kind of smooths things out and kind of like defines some shapes that maybe were like a little undefined before. Anyway, I'm liking these colors. Move that out a little bit. All right, so I think that's good enough to like put a pin in that and move on to her hair a bit. Oh yeah, you did mention you were moving to Montana. That's cool, man. All right, so the hair is going to be basically the colors that are already in here, but like better. So let me get just some more pigment down on the paper, and then I'll kind of go from there. I want this to be kind of coming up and around. It always gets kind of fuzzy whenever I put my hand in front of the camera. I'm sorry about that. I like doing like little swooshes like that. Makes me feel like a real artist. So I might go less is more on this actually because I kind of like the half finished look on this, but I do want to get more in here. Just not like it doesn't have to come all the way out to the edges, be completely well defined or anything like that. I kind of like the style of this. This is a fun part because this goes a lot faster. You know, I'm not like spending a lot of time um, making it soft or anything like that. All right, oh, that's cool. All right, so up in that, I'm also going to have her wearing a kind of like a white shirt, but the white shirt would have some gray shadows on it. So let me just go ahead and get those in here real quick. Rookie mistake. Don't mix your colors. All right, I can fix that. Wipe my hands off so I can get that. There you go. It's okay that there's like a little bit of brown in there, I guess. I'll just have to fix it up a little bit. All right, that's a good start for that. I think I had a darker brown, or a darker gray, sorry. In here for some of these areas. All right, that's a good start. And let's continue to work that, I guess. You guys still having fun? Hopefully. No, dog, we're not done. Not done. Go lay down. You look at my elbow? That's gross. You're weird dogs. Okay. I want this to kind of come up. Be really careful about creating that jaw. This might actually be charcoal. I might have mixed up my pastels and charcoal. That's okay though. Close enough. Oops. That's all. Thanks, Rum Dog. Appreciate it, man. I don't want to overdo this hair, but you know, the closer it gets to the face, I want to make sure that I'm really being careful. Cool. Happy with that. Smooth off these lines a bit. Nice little neck there. this crap out of my way. Nice. This one here, soften that up a bit. All right, so I'm happy with that. Keep getting, I keep stitching. Ah. Gingers are either hella cute or on the other end of the spectrum. I don't know. I think all women are beautiful in different ways. I think human beings in general just are beauty. Um, I really should have some variety in the type of pictures I draw. But really, yeah, like people come in all shapes and sizes, and I think beauty comes in many different shapes and forms as well. Like they don't all have to look like her to be described as beautiful, in my opinion. I just don't know how to draw other women. Like I wish I had like more experience drawing different types of women, but like I would like to draw like an old grandmotherly person. I think that would be cool. Just to get outside my comfort zone. Like every week I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, but that would really be out of my comfort zone. I've never drawn like an old grandmotherly, like the great grandmother even. That would be awesome. Like a lady who's in her 70s or 80s. To me, you don't lose beauty with age. So it just, I don't know. I think it's just beautiful being a human being, you know. So as I was mentioning before, once you get up into like higher levels, you really don't have to smooth this stuff out unless you want to. Like um, yeah, like it's meant to look rough. Like pastel pictures are meant to look rough. They're meant to look sketched. Now through here, you kind of want it to be a lot more smoother. But when you get into like this outer eye, like outer hair area, not so much. So I lightly blend when I get to there. Where's my darker? Here, I'm more just concerned about like large areas of shadows and highlights, almost like clay modeling. SPF 500. Oh yeah, so that is something that you know gingers are known for. They burn. So you put this lady out in the sun, she's not gonna last very long. I should get some freckles in here. That's another thing they're known for. I don't know if she's actually a ginger. Like there are ginger people who are born ginger, and then there's people who dye their hair. Like This one might just be dyed hair. Almost spilled my drink. All right. Man, I got this stuff all over my hands and I'm getting so itchy. Ah. All right, I like how this is looking though. I like the movement in it. I like that the hair is kind of coming off to the side and just kind of like windswept. That's kind of cool. A lot of people who draw in pastels, they make marks just like that and they just leave it. Like they're not even concerned about blending or any of that stuff. Um, it's kind of cool. Like there really is like a lot of variety in the style working with pastels. I love them. It's such a versatile medium. You can do like all kinds of things with them. You don't have to feel like you're like required to draw like a certain way or anything like that. You can uh you can just kind of go nuts. You can scribble, you can crosshatch, you can blend, can you can just kind of see what works for you. Like I'm kind of like I go in between. So you know through the face I kind of want it to be super smooth. But when you get out to like the outer areas and stuff, I don't care. You know, I think that um, doing too much detail out there kind of overworks it. I like to be more expressive out there. Plus, the hair goes everywhere anyway. All right, let me work on this side a little bit. Cool. Blend some of this stuff in. Oh, I just remembered. I have a game night with some friends on Sunday. I need to put that in my calendar. Otherwise, I would forget. Are we doing it on time? Yeah, we're okay. So we play a bunch of different games. They're mostly board games, but some card games. Like we always play like Werewolf by Night. That's like one that we always play. But there's like a lot of variety. I don't remember the name of all of them. Like Code Words, I think is one of them. Um, I really only like play these games with them. Um, so I actually that's not true. I like playing board games with different people, but like mostly I play with them, and sometimes I play like with family and stuff because like I grew up with it. We play Risk, we play Monopoly, things like that. But these new games and stuff like that that I play with my friends and stuff, they're like all over the place. Like they collect games, and basically I just kind of freeload off of them whenever I show up. Like they get games from like family and stuff like that for Christmas. So like they have a pretty good collection. I just show up and play. kind of want to bring that down around. I want to extend this out. Ooh. Okay, I like this. Like, if I just left it as is right now, I'd be happy. But I'm not done yet. Mm. What games do you guys play? Like, it sounds like you play games as well. Yeah, board games are fun. Like, they're making a resurgence. Like, I don't know, like in the last 10, 20 years and stuff, it seems like people are getting together to play board games more often. It used to be like it seemed like they kind of phased out and stuff, but they've definitely like the variety of games and stuff that are out there has like really grown. Like there's the classic games and stuff that we all like grew up with and stuff, but like there's some really cool games out there now. I don't remember what they all are, but so this needs to come in just here. That's fine. Yeah. Get some highlights going up here. I think this is my dark one, right? Yeah. It's always tough doing that hair part, you know? Yeah, because you want it to kind of like look real. Screw that up. Might go with that with some white. There you go. I don't want to lose my sunlight. Oh, BattleTech. I remember that. I don't think I played it all that often, but I remember that being a thing. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I used to play like a lot of card games with like friends and stuff when I was a bit younger, like Magic the Gathering, things like that. Um, I wasn't like into the whole Pokemon thing, just because like I didn't have any friends that would play with me. But um, my nieces and nephews were like really into Pokemon. But yeah, Magic the Gathering, that was my big thing. I enjoyed that. Um, Trying to think of any others, but none come to mind. I just remember that like we used to play Magic the Gathering. Like we used to do that a lot. The other thing I used to play a lot that I don't get a chance to as much these days is like Dungeons and Dragons. That was a big thing. Me and my friends used to play that. Um, I've got some nieces and nephews, and every now and then they play Dungeons and Dragons and invite me to play with them, which is awesome. You know, to be able to hang out with them like that. All right. Let's see. Oh, I had this. Yeah, that was a blast. Like I always enjoy playing Dungeons and Dragons. Like I got pretty good at it too. Like there's a lot you have to remember, but I don't know. It's fun. It's nice to just like play in a fully imaginary world like that. Wish I had wish I had thinner fingers to be honest. Like blending some of these parts. It's tough. This does look like an actress of some sort. I don't know who, but all right. So that's pretty cool. Um, got a big old mess of pencils over here. They had D&D like the 20-sided dice and all of that at Dollar Tree. That's cool. I mean, I knew you could get it at a bunch of different places, but like that surprises me. Dollar Tree's got some stuff at it though. Like I bought some acrylic paints from there just to practice with. They got like a lot more than you would have thought back in the day. Okay, let me see if I can get a little bit more color in over here. Yeah, I guess I'm happy enough with that cheek. I think I could improve this cheek a little bit, but I'm okay with it. All right. Where's my brown? Yeah, a lot of craft stuff. Sorry. School supplies, everything. Um, so the dollar was it? Is it Dollar Tree? Yeah, the Dollar Tree around here. Um, I go there pretty often for one single item. They have these Jamaican beef patties, right? So like you know how like you have the microwavable burritos. They have these Jamaican beef patties that I just love, and they're only like a buck, right, or a buck and a quarter, whatever it is. And I go there just for that. I'll go and stock up on those things. And like I said, they're just like basically microwave burritos. But if you've ever had a Jamaican beef patty, that stuff is amazing. It's It's got kind of like this jerk flavor to it, which is like really good. And yeah, I don't know what they put into it, to be honest. I just know that it's amazing. It's well worth the extra trip to go to the Dollar Tree. Because I mean, even if they sold that somewhere else, like say they sold that at Walmart or Kroger or something like that, it'd be like $5 or something. I don't know. I like these little highlights. All right, we're getting close to done, guys. That's good. But I am liking how this turned out. Get like one or two little lines over here. Maybe a white line over there. All right, so a little bit of cleanup here, a little bit of touch ups. Kind of refine this shoulder a little bit. Um, get some highlights going through these folds. It's pretty cool. Um, get a little bit of a glint in the eye. I think that would be on this side. Always nice adding a little glint. I think there would be like a little bit of a highlight up here. Whoops. Keep screwing up that little eye flap. Let's give her a little bit more lash. Into, let's see. Get a little bit more of a eyebrow. No, I don't really want to go crazy with this eyebrow. I kind of like that it's very soft. You guys might hear my cat in the background going nuts again. A little bit more white through here. I like this chiseled look, like this chiseled highlights. Let's get some hello highlight on that eye, on that nose. So again, this is the part where I'm barely even looking at my reference picture. I'm just kind of looking at my picture and looking for like little areas that I can throw in some quick improvements, kind of clean it up a little bit. Fix some things up here and there. Get more of a highlight on that lip. Give me a second, dog. But, all right. so I think we're good there. All right, have a good one, Rome. I'm probably going to end this in a few minutes anyway. So you've seen this is basically it. So have a good one, man. Because my dogs are getting anxious. And when my dogs get anxious, they let me know it's time. But I did want to get a few more details in here. Oops. All right, so this is a very warm picture, so I kind of want to just add like little bits of like blue just to kind of soften it up and just add a little bit more variety of color. I don't want to get crazy with it, but blue goes really well with like orange, and I like to add it to my pictures that are predominantly orange, like just random little bits here and there, just to give it a punch of color, a little bit of style, I guess. But yeah, I think I'm done. All right. So yeah, another portrait done in pastel. Um, there's a few things that I could probably change to it, but I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm not gonna worry too much about those bits. I'm just gonna call it done and put my dogs out, and but I think it's pretty cool. Get some highlights in these eyes. I'm gonna get a gray pencil somewhere. Uh, there we go. Wanted to kind of put a little bit of highlight, shadow on top of this eye. Bring it down. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call this done. All right. So yeah, another portrait done in pastels. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Um, I guess that's it for this show. Yeah, I just want to add one more highlight. Sorry, guys. See this little blue down here, and I kind of want to add a little bit of texture to that otherwise solid area. But this one was fun. Hopefully you guys had a good time as well. But yeah, so I'm going to hop off and let you guys go. And let me go back to me. There you go. All right. So yeah, another drawing done. As you can see, my dogs are getting anxious, so I'm gonna put them out. Hopefully, you guys had a good time. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I'll be back on Tuesday, unless I decide to draw something else this weekend. We'll see. But in the meantime, hope you guys had a great time. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye. Bear said bye. All right, bye, guys.